Hey yo guys, it's Ruby. Welcome back to another video. I haven't done one of these in a while, but we are back. This here is the behind the mind of both Alone and Closure. Okay, first things first, why am I doubling these up? Well, I'll get more into it later, but Alone and Closure are kind of part 1 and 2 of each other. For starters though, Alone. After Estranged, I knew there had to be a whole video of Plinky dealing with the aftermath of his wife's death. I also knew I wanted him to go crazy and Angelo would be the one to save him. With that said, let's dive deeper into this. Plinky. The video starts off with that Tao's hum sound that we've heard in the past. If that sound is played, it's showing that Plinky's mental state isn't the best right now. Almost everybody's suit was the same, but some were specifically different. When looking up Chris's skin, I found he already had a suit skin, so I used that. Same with Sky, and since Squid already wears a suit, I just made it more funeral-like. The cockroach is an idiot, but he knows this is something important, so he dresses up in his own way by just wearing a tie. And Fifi sadly isn't seen in the actual video, but in the behind the scenes, we see she has a spider logo just like her skin. Speaking of, when making these videos, I made the first ever character video behind the scenes. So you guys should definitely check those out because they are hilarious. Yet I don't die! The camera is purposely on Angelo during that sentence because he can relate to it the most.
It leads to people being hurt.
Angelo's saying this because he hurt other people after his wife died. During the resin scene, the camera is tilted to give that greater effect of off balance.
What would Plinky do?
For those of you who know, that's what I used to ask myself when I was younger if I was hesitant on doing something. The memory dive is only major events that Plinky remembers, and he's also in basically every scene except for these 2 ominous shots we've never seen before. What could they mean? I don't know. Serafina cares about Angelo, and we see it a lot in this video. She warns him about the memories and hesitates to even give them to him. She takes a step closer to check in on him before asking if it even worked. And then later on, we see her refuse to do the memory dive again for Angelo's safety. Shaders and FOV are the 2 things I've really messed with in this. The scenes with Plinky are at an FOV of 40, but during the really intimate moments we go all the way down to 30. To juxtapose that, Angelo's replay scenes are at 50, and we only see the BSL shaders during these dark moments with Plinky, like at his house and on the cliff. Plinky has slight bags under his eyes to show exhaustion. If I'm so good, then why did he take her from me? I ate with these voice lines. Here's me right after completing them. I think that this is the most emotion I've ever put into voice lines before. Jesus. Scene 6 was hard hitting, I'm not gonna lie. I was worried at first that I wasn't doing Plinky's voice right just because we've never seen him this broken before. So his voice has those natural cracks and is more frantic. Plinky throwing the gun is a huge moment. He's had a gun in his hand for decades, so for him to finally say, hey, I'm done holding on to this piece of my violent past is huge. That's him right to take the next step forward of moving on. So if you guys watch the behind the scenes, you'll know me and Slayer decide to cut the video in half at this point, which is why Closure even exists. But before we get to Closure, here's my reaction to watching Alone the first time. Okay, this is my first time watching Alone in its full entirety.
You should have let Alistair kill me when he had the chance.
I put a lot of emotion into these voice lines. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of cinematic shots and the shaders look so cool. I feel like the pacing is also really good on this. I'm really glad that I decided to use rain. Because originally I just thought, oh, maybe it'll just be nighttime. But no, just having the rain in the background is good. Because it actually adds, you know, sound as opposed to just the silence that would be here otherwise. I used a really good song. Jesus Christ! And then just the juxtaposition of bright, colorful, happy music.
Plinky? Where the hell could it be?
That's so adorable. Plinky?
1,000 people.
Jesus Christ.
Put me
Originally this was just gonna be rain, but I'm really glad
I know
that I added
what it's like. I know what it's like to be dumb.
Or I'll jump! I swear I'll do it!
Okay, Plinky. I'll stay
You
right
really
here.
can feel it, Angelo's position here, like, he wants to help Plinky. If I'm so good, then why did he take her from me?
Plinky,
Wow. What did I do to deserve any of this?
you didn't deserve this.
And the, like, vocal
You didn't
strains
deserve your
that I
platoon to be
had.
killed.
I almost cried when editing this final scene, because it just hits really, really hard. And Fifi's reaction. The juxtaposition.
Anything he's ever experienced.
I feel like that's invasive.
What is this place?
Mm.
I don't know.
I was laughing about how a funeral was being held with a sign that said Doja water behind
Yeah.
it.
My wife died before I came to the Nomad.
Hey, that was also you.
And I just wanted to say you're very cute.
Really?
Well, that's just rude.
You don't know.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing that was funny. Hearing your voice while in a call with you, but not, you talking.
Yeah, but
was
it's not
like-
actually me.
And then you talking to yourself was pretty silly.
That was such a silly little video where you were talking to yourself. Okay, now to talk about closure. Of course, Slayer came up with the title and the behind the scenes, but at this point it had become another little Planky trilogy, so I really had to close things off in a meaningful way. For starters, let's talk about the release date. Originally, this was going to come out January 21st, but after seeing both Estranged and Alone were posted on the 22nd, I pushed it back a day. When Planky realizes he moved his wife's body, the same song from After the Roof scene in War of Hearts plays, because in both scenes he's just completely shocked at what he's done.
I thought it was a beautiful home.
That little at the beginning wasn't actually a part of the voice lines. Fifi just did that and I thought it was real cute, so I kept it in. During the flashback scenes, the piano version of the songs from those actual scenes are played, including Nothing's New in the Black Room scene, which played when he found Mrs. Planky dead. The Black Room they're talking in is the same Black Room he talked to her in Silent Tears.
This is my memory room.
Real quick, I just want to show you guys what's in here. This is the book from Average that he left for Planky. This is the infamous Hitler's album, Bread from his time in Germany, Rico's knife, Al Capone's gun. Now, we never saw Planky in Chicago, but I don't know. This is just like a little fun history thing. This little note from Alistair, the skull catalyst from the warden he killed in War of Hearts, Alistair's pocket watch, the receipt from the night that Planky met his wife, Planky's list of every gun he's used and where, a lighter, which I think is random. I can't actually remember. Alistair's banner, beer, and then a Mexican peso from, you know, his time in Mexico.
You'd be out the door like a little girl Tiffy.
That means little girl. I want to make Planky say some more Cajun phrases because those are his roots, and in real life, it was something that piqued my interest at the time. My justification for why he only started saying it now, though, is with his wife's death, he's reflecting on their past together, so he's remembering phrases he might have used with her, like je t'aime. There's a daisy on her grave because that's the flower she had during their wedding. Also, know how Angela was looking at the plaque of her while Planky is actually looking at her.
I won't tell anybody about what happened in 1999.
What could have happened in 1999? Could it possibly relate to the blood and chains we saw in Alone? I don't know.
Plank people can live a dozen lives in one lifespan.
So in Estranged, when Mrs. Planky said that, she was quoting Planky's wedding vows. Overall, I love this ending though. Planky building this new house while a song about redemption plays in the background is him turning over a new leaf. And a little fun fact, the clip you're seeing right now was cut from the time lapse because the cage he's making is for his pet spider. But not everybody would know that, so I didn't want it to be a big question on like, oh, why does Planky have a Joe Goldberg-sized cage in his basement? Before we leave, here's my reaction to Closure. Okay, hi. This is going to be my first time watching Closure. If I look very tired, it's because I am. I spent all night editing this. Oh god, and I have the hiccups.
This must be a mistake. It was Alistair. It had to be. He did it as some sick joke against
The
me.
physicalities in this are really good.
No,
like,
but it had...
the movements actually look like he's moving. You know what I'm saying?
For eventually passing out. That window
Ugh,
was
god, hiccups. I also did a really good job at, like, if there were multiple shots, I did a really good job about ending where the next one would start. Okay, so, if you guys just saw, Mrs. Planky moves. She also does that a little bit later during the whole, like, mind... Oh god. But that is not anything that I can control. Sometimes replay mod wants to be weird, so yeah. In the Black Room, I don't think I really cared, but in this, I did try to cover it up with Planky's body to the best I can.
So it was you.
Shut up.
I love the use of music in this video. With any video, I mean, music can really make or break a scene, but I just love this so much because we get this sad music at the beginning, and then we get the piano version of all of these different songs, and like, they make it emotional even if it wasn't like an emotional song, you know?
What do you mean?
Look.
And also, the transition between songs is so good.
Of course. I'll go get a horse.
Angela's a really good friend in this. We see, like, okay, because we've never really seen Angelo and Planky, like, interact before. And better yet, we haven't really seen Angelo be serious, you know? So this is a nice change of pace for that. And it's nice to actually see them, like, bonding. Yep. That was really good. That was a cute video. I really like that. Also, some behind the scenes of my voice lines.
Alright. Alright. There we go. God, I loved you so much.
Aw, dude, that was a sad voice line. Anytime that Planky kind of has those natural, like, cracks, that's just me, like, embodying his character. Like, I didn't imagine that I was gonna say it like that, but that's just kind of how it came out, and wow.
You hated going out, but anytime I mentioned the crawfish
Étouffé! Okay, I'm not French, sorry. Something kind of interesting that I noticed when doing these voice lines is I was talking a lot softer. So, when he was talking to Ruby, it was a lot of, like,
oh, what happened? Blah, 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 blah.
you know, like, he's more kind of gravelly, but when having these, like, intimate moments with his wife, I feel like we see a different part of him that we haven't really seen that much before, where he's
Kind of softer like this, and there isn't any, like, gravel to it. Like, there's, like, that little bit that kind of pops up, but overall, this is really just, like, a whisper, you know, compared to, like, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, Planky, but until you remember what you did with her, her remains are missing. Bro, Ruby's a little douchebag in this. I'm not even gonna lie. And some from Fifi's.
Now I'm all caught up.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so basically-
send you a sticker of a bird.
Oh, what a lovely bird. Anyways, voice lines. Planky, he's been, I mean, his house is kind of wrecked. I don't know if you noticed.
And that love will never leave, because I will always be in your memories, and I will always be in your heart. And then poof. Poof.
And finally, Fifi's reaction to closure, even though half of it is just me making different facial expressions. Are you ready?
Yes.
I just felt so much pain, so it was either that or a bullet.
Her body's gone.
Because your hat was there!
Amazing transition.
So you found her?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no duh.
Je t'aime, my love.
He turned French.
Thank you. Like I said that night,
Oh.
I noticed, like, I won't tell anybody about what happened in 1999. Don't worry.
What happened in 1999?
I don't know.
That was really good.
To
It's
my
not
lovely.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really cute, right?
It's really cute. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
It is funny though, because as we were watching it, I was like, she might think that it's ended like 3 times. Okay, because
Absolutely, I did.
this feels like an ending, it's not. And then this feels like an ending, it's not. And then this is the ending. Something kind of cool that I want to point out. In the whole like memory sequence, I don't know if you remember that
Yeah.
one Jay-Z and Kanye song played during this part.
I'll
So
be right beside
in the Plank to Save Them All. So then the piano versions
you the
play.
whole time. Oh.
See? And then it's same thing with
Yeah.
the song here, blah, blah, blah. But do you remember when Planky found Mrs. Planky dead, Nothing's New was playing. So the piano
Right.
version plays in this bit, see?
No
Also,
one else is ever gonna pick up on that, but it's cool attention to detail.
right? I noticed. That's all that matters. That's just
Who are
kind
you
of how it
talking
came out.
to?
And wow.
You hate it.
Just me. I'm talking to myself.
Oh.
As always, you know, your question was what happened in 1999. No one knows, but it is a part of this sequence. It's when the 2 gunshots are. Oh, Blood and Chains. What could have happened in 1999? I don't know. I love this little trilogy. Planky is the character that I'll play till I'm 90. So whenever I get to add more to his storyline, I love it. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and peace.